presents.
The 1920s. Flappers, jazz, and all those shiny new cars. It was a time when everyone thought they were just one stock tip away from becoming the next Rockefeller. But then, in 1929, the party came to a crashing halt. The Wall Street bubble burst, and what followed was one of the darkest periods in American history. The Great Depression, October 29th, 1929, better known as Black Tuesday. The day America realized that just maybe buying stocks with imaginary money wasn't the best idea. Investors were wiped out overnight. Fortunes evaporated faster than a magician's coin trick, and suddenly, the Roaring Twenties looked a whole lot less glamorous. Millions of Americans lost everything. Unemployment rates soared to nearly 25%. Picture that. 1 in 4 people you know out of work, just lining up for a loaf of bread. And we're not talking about some artisanal sourdough from a hipster bakery. We're talking stale basic bread, because that's all there was. And as if that wasn't enough, Mother Nature decided to make things worse. Enter the Dust Bowl, a series of severe dust storms that tore through the Great Plains, turning fertile farmland into a barren wasteland. It was like the universe was giving farmers a solid, dusty slap in the face. Crops failed, livestock died, and desperate families packed up whatever they had left to head west, dreaming of California. These Okies, as they were called, made their way to places like California looking for work. Spoiler alert, there wasn't much there either. Families lived in makeshift camps, clinging to hope while dealing with hunger, poverty, and the occasional eviction notice. The iconic photo of the migrant mother captured the essence of their struggle. Worry etched on her face as she wondered if things would ever get better. Then came Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR to his friends. In 1933, he rolled up to the presidency with a plan called the New Deal. The idea was simple. Let's give people jobs, help the economy, and, I don't know, maybe fix all this mess? FDR launched massive public works projects, building roads, schools, dams, and even planting trees, because why not? At least trees don't go broke. Millions of unemployed workers suddenly had jobs through the Works Progress Administration and the Civilian Conservation Corps. It wasn't glamorous work, digging ditches, constructing bridges, but it put food on the table. Plus, they got to contribute to the infrastructure that still stands today. FDR also introduced Social Security, because America had finally realized that maybe the elderly shouldn't be left to fend for themselves. Radical, right? The New Deal wasn't perfect, but it was the first time the government really stepped in to say, okay, maybe we should do something when the entire country is starving. Slowly but surely, America began to dig itself out of the hole. The economy started to recover, people went back to work, and the dust settled. Literally. By the late 1930s, things were looking up, just in time for another world crisis, World War II. But hey, that's a story for another day. The Great Depression was a harsh reminder that good times don't last forever. But it also showed how resilience, grit, and a little government intervention could pull a nation back from the brink. So, next time you see a history book showing men in suits jumping out of windows, remember, it wasn't just about the stock market crash. It was about millions of everyday people picking themselves up and fighting for a better future. And that, my friends, is how America managed to make it through one of its toughest times, with a little help from FDR, some public works, and a whole lot of stubbornness.